Geez, Friday escalated. The Warriors, Matt Heath. I mean, unfortunately, probably fortunately, you couldn't make it because you would have been part of the debauchery that was our. I
saw a picture of you guys celebrating when they finally stopped trying to do everything they could to lose that game.
Oh my God, it was a tough watch.
Yeah, that second half.
Yeah.
We had Pantsman in front of us, Matty Heath, who, of course, as everyone knows, is one of the biggest Warriors fans that there is. Yes. And he was just pounding piss.
Yeah.
At a real rate of knots and yelling abuse out to the Wars until that last 5 minutes, really.
I gave him a lift home.
Yeah.
Not really home.
Yeah, well, when you say home.
I dropped them off at a nondescript house party on the North Shore. And we pulled up outside, and it was kind of all the curtains were closed. There's kind of a doof coming in. He goes, "Oh, you want to come in?" I was like, "Fuck, no."
Right.
No. Okay. He just rolled out of the back of the car. It was in Northcote somewhere.
I received a Snapchat from him about 4 a.m. that morning, and you might be surprised to know that those boys were still on the couch, the curtains were still closed, and there was still a faint doof in the background.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, the notorious Pantsman Joel Harrison knows how to party.
Yep.
He comes out of the gates fast, and so it's like a sprint that then turns into a marathon at the same speed.
Yeah. And he doesn't
It's like the Kachoggi. It's the Kachoggi of drinking. It's just straight out of the gates.
Yeah. World record.
Full speed.
World record
Still
marathon.
going at 4 a.m.
It's more like if Usain Bolt was having to run a marathon but was just told that he was running 100 metres.
Yeah, right. I see what you're saying, yeah. And also he can't really walk.
Yeah, you definitely can't walk.
So actually the metaphor doesn't really hold up. If you get so steamed you can't walk.
It's just a sprint.
I guess that he's so tall that maybe it just takes a while for it to ferment in his stomach and then make its way up through the giraffe neck.
Well, that's
to
right.
His brain.
You do have a phase in the night where he turns into a baby giraffe.
Yeah.
And he starts kind of falling into things, doesn't he?
Yeah, our bigger friends are harder to deal with. Like, if I get really steamed, it's like, just leave him in the corner. You can't really harm anyone. Just leave him thrashing around in the corner.
Just curled up in the fetal in the corner. You're no bigger than a dog bed.
Just put him in put him in a kid's chair.
But he is
put him in a high chair.
Put him in a high chair and leave him.
Put a bib on him.
He is of the length though that he can just get tangled up in things, and it doesn't happen to shorter people.
No.
Like, that extra foot means that you can get tangled up in things. A lot like a friend that you had that got tangled up in a tarpaulin outside.
Oh, he got absolutely rinsed by a tarpaulin down the side of his house. He was fighting that thing for hours. He came out barely alive. It was just wrapped around his leg and then around his neck, and he couldn't get up, and he was just fighting the tarpaulin.
Did the tarp have... Because some tarps have a length of rope hanging off each corner that people use to tether it. Was that part of it, or was it just pure tarp?
It was just pure
tarp.
Pure, not even a particularly big warehouse tarp.
Blue?
Blue, yep. Blue. It was down the side of his house, quite narrow in his defence.
Yeah.
And once the tarp got wrapped around his ankles, and then he's trying to thrash away with that, and then it gets around him, and he just couldn't get past the tarp. I tell you what, his wife was not happy.
I love that.
His wife said, all I heard was a smashing down the side of the house. I didn't know what was going on, and you come in like you've been fighting 25 tigers. All you've done is get your foot wrapped around the tarp.
I can imagine him in my mind. I know exactly who you're talking about. I can imagine that he looks like one of those ocean creatures that's been caught up in a net, and they're kind of flailing around, and then they've given up on life.
Yeah, well, to be in his defence, once the glasses go, he's, and I think the glasses went in the first attack from the tarp down the side of the house.
They come at you, tarps. If you don't watch out.
Once the glasses were gone, the tarp had the upper hand.
Was it windy? Did the tarp come at him?
No, it was absolutely
still?
Beautiful, still conditions.
What was that viral question that everyone was asking at the beginning of the year about 100 people or 1,000 monkeys? Or
no, one gorilla, 100 men.
Yeah. He was the first person I thought of when that question was being asked, and I thought he couldn't even stand up to a tarpaulin down the side of his house.
Did he get cut up or something as well? Is there some glass involved?
I just think there was just the general, stuff that's down the side of the house, a bit of recycling.
A couple of paint cans.
Yeah, a couple of, all that kind of stuff.
Ladder.
Yeah. Once that stuff was dragged into the melee, he was...
Fuck yes.
It was quite a fracas.
Yeah.
I hear.
Yeah.
But it can happen to anyone.
It can happen to anyone
at
any time. But mainly
just to him over and over again, that kind of thing.
Okay, let's kick this thing in the guts. Live from the Export Beer Garden Studios, this is the Agenda podcast for Monday, the 18th of August.
The Agenda Podcast, the home of sporting nonsense and claptrap. Brought to you by Export Ultra.
So the kick goes in. It's going to be a 5-metre line out. And the texter there who's trying to negotiate a bit of halftime, how's your father?
Yes.
And I laid out the possibility if Cody's 8% scores here, then it's on. So this is a prime opportunity. This is a taken at the back by Holland. The drive is on. Cody's 8% has it at the back. They drive for the line. Cody's has it. They're over the All Blacks and they score. Is it Cody's 8%? Surely. No. It's not. It's Adi Savia.
Oh, yeah.
It's the skipper. Oh. It is the skipper, Adi Savia, but Cody's 8% was right up his butt. The All Blacks are ahead, 22 points to 10. Sorry, Texter. You're going to have to maybe sort yourself out.
I mean, a negotiation surely is at least on the table.
Is that an assist? Yeah, shame for him, actually. Sunday morning footy, Matt Heath. A lot going on Sunday morning.
You sound like you still had lost your voice from Friday night there a little bit. Or did you pack it up on Saturday night as well?
No, it's just a lot of screaming. Yeah. A lot of screaming in that first game.
I love footy at that time of the day. It's so good.
It's so good, isn't it?
It's actually a great time to watch and listen on a Sunday. What else are you doing between 9 and 11? You're probably made to go.
It's actually when the audio broadcast really comes into play because you might have to have a punishing piece of, go out and about.
Garden admin.
Yeah, something you have to do where you put it on your headphones or... Yeah, it's actually when the audio really comes into its own. So and also, good on you guys.
And also there was as we found out from a lot of texts, it's a lot of action for people on Sunday mornings. That's the time for lovemaking.
Married couples that have been together for a couple of decades.
Yeah,
Sunday morning is their time,
as we found out. And so some of the people used it as an excuse to maybe the half time as an opportunity.
Yeah.
And some just tried to use it as a negotiation tactic to get some.
Right.
So there was a lot going on. A lot of people saying...
So essentially, if this happens, then this happens.
Correct. And then he asked for some advice on how do I get it over the line. I'm not getting much positive feedback from my partner. And
I'm buying.
That's when I suggested maybe go for next try scorer and just get her in on the game. And then I suggested Cody Taylor. And then 5 minutes later, Cody Taylor was this close to scoring. He was right. Adi Savia had the ball on his hip.
Yeah.
And Cody was there, and he thought, no, I can score it myself. Tucked it back under his armpit and scored.
Yeah, right. So nothing.
He was robbed.
And now you say that, and I put myself in her shoes for just a moment, I can actually understand where she's coming from, because if you've got your partner that wakes up on a Sunday morning and usually they want to get a leg over.
Yeah.
And now they're going out to watch some 9 a.m. rugby.
Yeah.
And they still want to come in at halftime and have some hanky-panky.
Yeah.
It's a little bit having your cake and eating it too, isn't it? From her perspective. So
Yeah,
I understand why.
And also, look, I'm no sex therapist, but when sex is equated with losing a bet, it's long term.
Problematic.
Long term, she's going to start thinking that this isn't a positive thing in the relationship. It's what happens to me when something bad's happened.
A little transactional. Yeah, a little transactional.
Oh, God, I lost the bet. Oh, God. I'm in a deep hole for this one.
Come here, then.
Oh, no.
A lot of people complaining that halftime wasn't long enough. It was like, it's between 10 and 15 minutes. What are you up to?
The game blew out, actually.
Yeah.
It finished it at about 11:30.
Yeah,
the reason I know that is because Greg Preble and Toddy Campbell over at Radio Huddock were absolutely freaking out about the radio clocks. But anyway.
Okay. No, that sorted itself out because they played a bit of zombie rugby in the first half. They went 44 minutes, but we scored a try within those extra 4 minutes.
Yeah, we did too.
Which really put the nail in the coffin for the Argentinians, which I think at half time, at 31-10 at half time, I think that flattered the All Blacks a little bit, having watched that game. I think Argentina played better than that.
Yeah, there was quite a few just sort of cavernous holes in our defence opening up, wasn't there?
The backs was concerning. Back line was concerning. I don't think...
Will Jordan, as always, stand out?
Dr. Proctor and Wanago probably won't be happy with that performance. Wanago Ioane.
The centres were a bit...
Yeah. But when Dobro came on, he made a bit of an impact. So I'd say that Dobro will be starting this next test.
Agreed.
Geordie fell...
He Dobro'd and then he got bloodied up.
He got sent off as well. Yeah. That was unfortunate. I don't know if that saw that. Did you see that yellow card? It's like two players kind of collided.
Yeah.
It was more clumsy than kind of reckless.
Yeah, it was a hard one to work out. I emceed the Auckland Referee Awards on Saturday night.
Did you?
Yes, at Eden Park.
Jeez,
They know how to drink, those guys.
I'd say
great
so.
Bloody great New Zealanders, I've got to say, and they do a bloody great thing. But I stole one of their HRA cards because, I've had that theory that you could learn you could learn learn everything. Maybe get it tattooed on your arm.
Yeah.
This is interesting.
Because they have a red and a yellow and that card to ask people if they get a head knock. So
Any insight into what's on it?
after the dinner, because the whole crowd was drinking so heavily after the dinner, I had to read out that.
Yeah. How many of them passed?
What venue are we playing at? No one knew. I had to send them all home. I had to red card the entire function.
Good on the Auckland referees, because that is a thankless task, some of those, because most of them, 99% of them are all volunteers, aren't they?
Yeah, they're just great New Zealanders and very funny people.
It would have been a great night, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's harsh to say that I think being a referee is, like, it requires, I think, a little bit of a special thing, because no one normal really wants to do that job. So if anyone else, I reckon imagine that room would have been quite a few great characters.
It's one of those things where if you don't have referees, then the game is gone.
Yeah, yeah.
It is, because it is
impossible without them.
Here's one of the jokes I made on stage. You guys have got a rule book longer than the Epstein list.
How'd that go down?
Yeah, how did the room find that?
That's basically as well as it did in here, but times the audience by 300.
Is there how many referees there are?
Well, no, there's friends and family and rugby union support stuff and sponsors and such. So I'll try it again.
Yeah.
The referee, it's complicated.
I don't know if trying it again is going to...
There's a rule book. Your rule book's longer than the Epstein list.
They would have been stuck with that.
I don't know, but
I don't know if they're going to pay me.
You get speaking of emceeing events, we've been embroiled in a lost Brazilian dancer's hat scandal.
What?
Yeah, so that was a great award.
Yeah,
Savoury Construction.
Yeah, darts event.
Yeah,
had Brazilian
Grand Slam 2025, and a Brazilian dancer put a hat on my head,
like a comedy $2 shop hat.
I thought it was a $2 shop hat. And so I put it on my head for a bit, and then I was sick of having it on my head, so I put it on your head.
And I took it off and put it on one of the heads of the savoury guys and say, I've got to catch my ferry. I'll see you later.
Yeah.
Now we've been embroiled and someone stole the hat.
Now
turn it.
Now we're under the gun.
Now we've got Brazilian mafia after us.
Yeah.
As a man that wears a hat to
we're going to find ourselves skinned and hung up in a favela.
If you take a hat to an event, you know that it's going to go missing. Someone's going to take it off your head. Someone's going to pass it on. Who cares?
Also, the
kind of hat was
the Brazilian divas were excellent.
Yeah,
they were excellent.
I don't doubt it.
And I don't know, that hat didn't seem like anywhere near the most expensive part of their costume.
And it was also worn by the stage manager, not actually the dancers.
Yeah.
What kind of hat
was it? It was green with green glitter on it.
It's sort of a cane green glitter fedora.
Yeah.
Fedora.
A little one, not a big fedora, a little one. It is a $2 shop hat.
Well, if you see it, get in touch. 3236.
Yeah.
It's out there somewhere on someone's head.
Well, it is. Well, so I left it with the Savoury Group guys. I said, here you go, boys. You can
the
go.
Savoury Group.
Yeah. Because I presumed, like you, it was just a throwaway hat. But now we're embroiled in a please return the hat.
Right, okay. Are you going to have to fork out some cash for that?
Another joke from my referee awards emceeing was when the guy finished speaking his speech, he goes, that was pretty good. I've always thought of you as the Peter Plumley Walker of rugby refs.
I said hook my balls, not hook or falls.
See, I thought it was a problem with the audience. I think maybe my jokes aren't funny. Damn it.
I'm just not 100% sure if your delivery's doing yourself any favours either.
I also think the genre you're hitting is very sexual predator-ish.
Yeah.
It's very bit sexual.
I was just hammering that.
And also,
and then there was all the Jimmy Savile material.
Yeah, it was all about too close to home, potentially for a couple of them as well. Does this guy know something?
Was there any talk about the short length that the referees operate? Any conversation about the uniforms?
There wasn't, but what I didn't realise is that referees really take a draw personally. It really hurts if you're calling a lot of draws.
Really?
Yeah.
As in like a tied situation for an award.
No, for a fixture.
Oh, right, okay.
For a game of rugger. They don't like it.
Oh, right.
I mean, and they're in no position to really affect the outcome. I mean, that would be corrupt, wouldn't it?
How?
Not like an NBA ref.
Right.
who will make the third quarter go a certain way.
Yeah.
It explains a lot on Saturday morning, actually. Was this on Friday night or Saturday night?
Saturday night.
Oh, okay, it's all right then. Because if it was Friday night, it would have explained a lot of things on Saturday morning when I was at Club Rugby. So,
Holy shit, speaking of rugby, what happened to Auckland against buddy Taranaki?
Oh, absolutely pumped.
Pumped 50 to bugger all.
Yeah, a few surprises.
Really?
Again. What
I
about
missed
South
that.
Africa getting pumped by Australia?
That was wild.
Okay, so I tuned into that. I watched that game, and I've often thought that they know how to celebrate rugby in South Africa at Ellis Park. It's they just party, everyone's jumping up and down. It's the exact opposite of an All Blacks game where people don't really seem to enjoy it. But then they turned into an All Blacks crowd with the just no one there expected that to happen, and it started off like they were just going to rumble them.
Yeah, 22-0.
And then they just
Within about 17 minutes as well.
Yeah.
It was absurd.
Their defence just capitulated on the edges and interception and, geez. The problem was that the South Africans started playing free-flowing, running rugby. I think that's what undid them.
Yeah, they
started hipping it around.
Yeah, they were up 22-0. They said, let's play some expensive rugby. And that's when it all came undone.
A winger had scored a try and they got excited. Yeah.
Razzie Erasmus, obviously, wasn't happy. And I'd say
Didn't he say it was shit?
Dog shit. Yeah. So this is his exact quote. I'd be honest, this is probably one of the most embarrassing press conferences I've done in a while. The saddest thing is, it's a 5 points for them. We did not even fight back to take the bonus point away. We were just really dog shit on the day.
You love it. It brought me a bit of joy at risk of offending the South Africans once again on this show. Jeez, it brought me...
It spiced up the Rugby Championship.
I tell you what, in the first 15 minutes of that game, I was going, oh, we are in trouble. We are in trouble against South Africa.
Yeah.
And by the end of the game, I'm like, bring on Eden Park. We're going to rumble those fucking...
September the 6th, Eden Park.
But
That's going to be fun.
I didn't even understand how it happened. So is it Harry Wilson, the number 8, who wears the red headgear that doesn't match the Aussie strip?
Yeah.
He just ran through a defence that was not even kind of watching a couple of times.
He's the captain, isn't he?
Yeah, and he just dotted down for 2 of the easier tries I think he'll ever actually score, even though he had to score them.
Tom Wright's try was a fucking barnstormer. That one loose ball, picks it up, runs 60 metres, absolutely peeled, ankle broke the fullback on his way over.
The Wallabies actually just quite good.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
One to beat.
Yeah. That was good.
That was a good try. What about that Waz try?
That
my God.
The first Wise try.
Yeah.
I can't remember any of them.
You might actually remember that, G Lane, if you watched the
Who
highlights back.
did you take as your date when I couldn't come?
Who did I take? Who did we take instead? Oh, Mike Minogue.
Oh.
There you go.
Yeah, Mogi was there.
Did he get on the
On the wheeze? Oh, yeah. Oh, yes.
Minogio.
He wasn't afraid of the wheeze.
Minogio, good to go.
What did he get up to afterwards? I didn't see what he got up to.
I was supposed to give him a lift back into town, but I ended up with the giraffe in the back of my Uber.
Minogue might still be out in Penrose, just
He
knocking on doors,
He
trying to find a way home.
Quite possibly could be. He quite possibly could be.
Is Lee Hart back in the country?
I'm not sure. I mean, I haven't seen many
Speaking
photos
of
of the Euro Boy summer. They've kind of dried up a little bit.
That's why I was asking.
Maybe it's hit the tougher legs, early on a trip when you... it reminds me of, we talk about this a lot, but when we were at the Rugby World Cup in London, you arrive and you every night you go, there's pictures coming out, and then there's a couple of weeks of just going about your work.
Yeah, going to hiding.
Going to hiding, just drinking and just sitting grimly at tables going about your work.
Nothing good happens.
Nothing good happens, just drinking and eating buffet breakfast. And
oh my God! Don't
drinking
remind
again
me.
and
the clanking of glasses and cups and plates at that buffet.
Sitting at a bar, Lena, just going about your work it's a moment of real reflection for a bloke.
That's a Willie Erickson quote.
Just going
Just
about
going
it.
Two
about
nights in
your
a
work.
row, we sat down with him and I said, "What are you doing?" Just going about my work.
Showing through another Heineken.
That point, his bottom lip was sticking out about 2 meters across the room.
It's because he'd chewed the top one off as well. Right, we'll take a quick break. We're back. Got some, it was all go fucking SailGP in Germany over the weekend. And EPL has returned. Right, before we get into the SailGP, EPL, you stayed up until the early hours. I heard, this is what I've heard Matt Heath about what Mashi got up to last night. This is how cute he is with his father-in-law. So they had a sleepover. He had a sleepover at his in-laws. so he could get up with the father-in-law and watch Manchester United together.
Oh,
In the early hours. So they'd sit there and hold hands together and wear their tops and watch Man U lose to Arsenal.
You know, Tim and I get on better than Lauren and I do these days. You know, we got up this morning to watch Man United lose to Arsenal. Oh, God, Arsenal pissed me off. I mean, no one needs to hear this, but they scored a fucking cheesy corner and then sat in a low block for the next 80 minutes. But, yeah, the Premier League's back. Chris Wood, our boy, scored 2 this morning.
Yeah, so he's picked up where he's left off.
Right off the...
Yeah.
You know, it's no fluke when you start the fucking season with 2.
Yeah, but I was thinking about this because...
Not that anyone said it was a fluke.
No,
Some people say that he doesn't score the best looking goals. You could say that.
And that's fair. And that is fair, to be
But who gives a
honest.
shit if it's in the back of the net? It's in the back of the net.
But I've been thinking about this fluke thing because even I was like, well, look, I think you probably
It's such a New Zealand attitude.
Yeah.
I'm sure, you know, it's like
But there's like 38 games in a season, so the idea of a fluke doesn't even really make sense because you would have had to do it 38 times last year.
A fluke is how I scored my only ever football goal.
Yeah.
It was when I was running along and the cross came in and I mistimed it so much it came off my knee as I was lifting my knee to run and went into the top corner. And everyone thought I'd kneed it in. I was like, I didn't even see the ball.
That is a fluke. But if you do it for an entire season and then come back the next season, it's no longer a fluke for Woodsy.
I scored a goal once playing for North End United where I was being yelled at by the coach to move back, and I moved back. As I was moving back, the corner came in low, hit my nuts, and just dribbled over the line. And there was no celebration. I was just on the ground. It was.
What do
rough.
What do they call the Maradona? It's the hand of God, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yours was just the nut
of God, the nut of God, the gonad of God.
At that stage, every time a ball came anywhere near me, I always tried to do a bicycle kick, and I think that's why I was getting moved out of the. Because they could see me. God, they could see me lining up for the bicycle, unnecessary bicycle kick. Get out of there, Heath! And the ball comes, so it hits me in the nuts and goes in.
Did you see, speaking of getting hit in the nuts, did you see the volunteer at the BMW Championship in the weekend who was standing, I think, behind the 18th? And it might have been, was it Michael Kim? He hit one and he could tell he overhit it. And this official was standing below the grandstand, just kind of minding his business, kind of looking around, and it hit him square in the nuts and then dribbled down the hill and onto the green. He didn't even flinch though, going, oh, and then kind of stood up and kind of waved to everyone.
See, that's rough because a golf ball's small.
Yeah.
You know? So, you know, like a rugby ball, football, they're big.
Yeah.
You know? Even a cricket ball.
Yeah.
But a golf ball to get you in the nuts is it's unlucky. It's unlucky. It's unnecessary.
It almost feels unfair, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It feels like
it's not my day stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway.
So, EPL's back, but that not a lot more to be said. Liverpool win the league again.
It would have been good for the win 3 out of the 4 with that TAB special. Obviously, because that was backing Arsenal to beat Man U.
Yep.
But just to go back to the whole Lauren and Tim, is it?
Yep.
Lauren's dad's situation.
Apparently,
that's what happens. The longer a relationship goes on, the more your tentacles, you get.
Yeah.
You know, you end up making friends with members of the family.
Yeah.
And then your partner really starts to take a back seat, and then you're out having drinks with her brother.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the partner starts getting like, hang on a minute.
What are you doing?
My family seems to like you, and you seem to like my family more than anyone likes me. It's inevitable.
That's exactly what is happening at the moment. Yeah.
It's just an inevitable turn of events.
Speaking of football, though, we got our final episode of our Versus series, and it is football-related. South America, Honduras versus El Salvador. And if you don't know this one actually started a war between the two countries. It was the catalyst. It was been bubbling away. To be fair, it's been bubbling away. And then this game, to qualify for the World Cup, just basically boiled over, and as a result, they started sending tanks and planes over to attack each other because they lost.
I knew nothing about this story, really. I knew that there was obviously a bit of spice between the two nations, but maybe it was because these guys aren't fantastic anymore at footy, but jeez.
Yeah, Jason Pine joins us on this one. So
I was going to say Piney was excellent.
Yep, John Piney's on this one. So if you want to listen to that, just search the agenda on your podcast feed, and Versus will be there, all thanks to Bond's Chafe Off Undies. Kiwi Pong is back. We brought it back. God
Here we go,
Kiwi
boys.
Pong is back. Got cancelled there for a little while, Kiwi Pong, but the World Series of Kiwi Pong, we're bringing it back. $10,000, the biggest prize ever, $10,006.
Whoa.
First prize, winner takes all.
Was that like why $6? Is
Because last time we did it was 10,005,
I
and that was
see.
the biggest prize.
And let me guess, the year before?
It was 4.
2004. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
That's huge.
It's big money.
Yeah.
It's big money for paying Kiwi Pong. Now you've got a while.
Great news for the Cats.
Yep. Yeah, great news. And
Great
also
news
for the
for this.
rippers, because a lot of that money gets spent immediately post on these events.
Get an email from CG saying, "Are you guys bringing Kiwi Plonk back this year?"
Yeah, it's $50 a team, but with that you get a pizza, you get 2 beers each, you get an entry into it. So by the time you pay the entry, it's paid back for you. All brought to you by SoBeer, which you haven't give that a hoon as well, which is little gummies you take before you go to bed after you've had a few beers. To sort yourself out for the morning.
Yeah, I smashed one of those after the famous nightcap that you gave Joe Jerry, myself, and my partner Lauren in Wellington.
Yeah.
Worked a treat.
Yep.
2 fireballs, 3 hazies.
It's
Light work.
It's a nightcap.
Would also be perfect after a read before bed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
So if you want to enter a team, text PONG to 3236. Follow the link. Limited spaces available for that. The tournament is near the end of is in November, isn't it?
It's the 29th of November.
29th of November.
Heaps of time.
Heaps of time to plan if you're outside of Auckland. It's going to be in Auckland. So if you're outside of Auckland, you can plan your travel.
But don't dilly. Because November's coming faster than you think. Like, I heard the other day that it's August.
Yeah. Cricket starts in 6 weeks. Cricket commentary.
Crazy.
I know. SailGP, we talked about it briefly on Friday. It's happening in Germany. And all hell broke loose at the start of it. There was fucking crashes. There was fucking hulls falling off.
Yeah, we were trying to figure out this morning exactly how many crashes there were, but there were a lot. A couple of nosedives in practice.
There was one. Oh, the Kiwis hit the fastest ever, didn't they?
Yeah.
They were 99.86.
There we go,
K.
yeah.
That's fucking hoofing it.
That's hoofing it,
But
I know.
there was one, I think it was the Brazilian team, nosedived, and then the whole side of the hull just came off.
Yeah.
And then the French, they did a big nosedive, and then there was that crash, was it between the Brits and the Americans, where they just took the nose off one of their...
Yeah, well, it seems that the Brits had the right of way, and then USA, I believe this is right, but I might have it back to front, so forgive me if I do, but USA was on their starboard, and they thought they were just going to kind of sail past each other, but nah, the States just caught a big piece of the arse of Great Britain, and that was that.
Yeah, it just cleanly just took it off, sliced it off.
Yeah, they were not happy either,
Jeez.
the Great British side.
Yeah, I was loving the comms. Whoa, fuck! But I mean, it was a good news story. I mean, I think New Zealand won one of the round robin races. But
Yeah, after the first day they looked good, and then they failed to make the final in the end.
bit of a nosedive I saw in one of the races, which put them back. But I saw, and a good story though, because the French they were involved in that practice crash, the nosedive, and it sent the skipper into hospital.
Yeah, that's right. He seemed to be unharmed in the end. The French have had such a shit year, man. They weren't able to race the first race because their boat wasn't ready.
Yes.
They weren't able to produce them quick enough. The second race they weren't able to race, I think that was that in Auckland, or am I making that up?
Yeah, I think they had to give up their spot for someone or something.
No,
happened.
they had an issue with their wing or something like that.
But fairy tale, they won. Came around and won.
But they came around and won.
If you watch a replay of that French one nosediving, I think it might be him. Was it Quentin Delapierre? He was upside down. There's one guy, he's upside down and his legs are sticking out, and they're trying to get him back out of the cockpit.
Jesus.
Because they hit the ground, and he just went thunk and just got stuck in, and his legs are splayed like that. And there's like people trying to yank him out.
It's hell of a sport, eh? When those two boats were nosediving, I couldn't help but think like the amount of, I don't know exactly what the name of it is.
Well, it's like
but
crashing your car into a tree or something.
Yeah, like going into the ass of someone on the motorway at 100k an hour.
Was momentum the word you were looking for?
Yeah, that'll do.
Yeah, so anyway, great comeback from the French. They took out the German. They were good for the French to get one over the Germans as well.
And now in terms of the table and the standings for the rest of the season, I think she's all pretty tight at the top. The Aussies are now tied with us on 61
So do you think they can put behind World War II?
Yeah, I think so. And one.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's all square now.
Yeah. All right.
Yep. Okay.
Nazi occupation.
No, that's all. It's all good.
Well, that's good.
But check out our socials. We're going to do a wee update on that. Mashy's going to break down that entire German SailGP for you, so you can chat around the water cooler a little more. I'll take a quick break, and we'll be back because we've got some cracking weekend yours pleasers to get through. So stick around, Matt Heath, if you would.
I think I will.
Yours, please. Brought to you by Export Ultra.
All right, the part of the show where you can contribute via the iHeartradio app.
Have we talked about the caravan yet?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
You've been talking about it. It's doing well.
Yeah, it is doing well. If you are part of the caravan, this is our insider Facebook group where you can join fellow munters like us in there. And a great place also, if you're watching sport on your own and think you're doing it on your own, you're not. Because I'd guarantee 90% of the caravan are doing the same.
Yeah. Hey, what's the hitting 1,000 group members video that we're going to launch?
Oh, what is 1,000?
How would you feel about the lovely Trenty in Dunedin?
No, I think that's a good 5K. I don't want.
Yeah. 10K is the full.
You covered in blood in that motel room. And
I mean, 10K is the full bodybuilding video, which has disappointingly been sent in full to Joe Jury.
I have that now.
Yeah.
Have you watched it?
Mm.
Oh, wow.
Where did the blood come from in that video?
Because that means, but the thing about that is that Paul Stewart Ford will have no compromat over you once that's out. Because every year he sends you a copy of the DVD with I have copies.
No, it just says one of two.
One of two.
I think he's probably got a lot more in the archives there.
He's digitised it.
So
now,
that's 10,000. So 1,000?
There's requests for the Shocker from Rewalker story to be told.
Oh, yeah.
That's more of a 100,000.
So we're at 722 at the moment. So yeah, we are going to have to start thinking about the 1,000 posts.
You can, like the blood from that Lovey Trenty video is because I was crawling up the hill with Lee Hart, who was we were a couple of like.
Is that when he blew both his hammies?
One hamstring,
Oh.
and then I
Crossing Rattray Street.
Yeah, and I was trying to crawl up to the Palms Hotel on my elbows, and the elbows gave way, so there's a bit of blood on the sheets from the elbows.
You attempted not even Daniel Loader could have done what you attempted, which was to swim up High Street in Dunedin.
I was butterflying, full butterfly up. It's quite a steep street. I thought that was the most effective way of getting there.
Oh, shit goes
G-Lane!
down and done his...
G-Lane!
He's done it!
Okay, shall we listen to some of these yours, please? For
let's
God's sake.
do it. Yours, please. First one.
G'day fellas, Ben from mighty Marco country here.
Sup, Benny?
My cricketing intro, be a fielding all-rounder, could bowl a few left-arm half volleys and a bit of block bash lower order with the willow.
Yep.
My question was for Mashy. I was keen to get his thoughts on the All Black side, particularly in the hooking position. Seemed to have Cody Taylor making a start and then Takiaho off the bench, but no reference there to Ricky Riccatelli.
Well, the thing is, your confusion for Ricky Riccatelli wasn't even in the hooking department. You thought Heather Duplessis Karifi was Ricky Riccatelli, and he plays open side flanker.
Can I say, actually, I do want to clear this up, as I had, when I was saying the name Ricky Riccatelli, I was not imagining Ricky Riccatelli. The wrong name just came out, and I think it was because
you had the wrong name attached to the. That can happen. You can
because I'd had so much to drink.
You can disattach visuals from names. Yeah,
I'd had so much to drink that I remember thinking. My
two-body problem.
My thought process was, who is that on the wing? Oh, it's the guy with the long name and the hard name to get out while I'm drunk.
Yeah,
and then for some reason, I
chose the easier path.
I cannot understand for the life of me why Ricky Riccatelli came out, but it did.
How good is it when Ratama scores a try?
Oh, Cortez, he knows how to run a support line, doesn't he?
Speaking of names, because part of the reason as well is Ricky Riccatelli is a really nice thing to say.
Yeah, I think that might be why.
And I think players with names like that will get mentioned a lot more.
Cortez Ratima sneakers.
Cortez Ratima.
It was Duplessis Karifi, wasn't it, on the wing at the time?
It was.
Yeah, well, not on the wing, but he was standing out there. Geez, someone needs to tell him that he doesn't need to run that hard into every single tackle.
Well, man, there was two runners there. One was Hasilio Tossi.
Fuck, he runs
He
hard
came
as well.
running so hard into it that I'll tell you what, the Argentinian stayed down.
Yeah.
140 kg. He came flying in. But
Those
Duplessis
boys.
Karifi does as well. He goes full height Troy Cassini. And you could hear just through the sound effects, the slap of like just skull on whatever they hit. And I was like, oh.
Would it kill Argentina have a normal shaped ground to watch rugby?
Oh my God, they're all like athletics, stock car,
It's like-
football. They're so far away from the action.
Yeah.
And the anthem, fucking hell. How long did that go on for?
It takes a minute, that anthem.
Only advantage of that is it gives the cameraman time to search out the hotties in the crowd.
There's some South American hotties, yeah.
Something for the mums and something for the dads in the crowd there. So that is the only time that kind of really could really zone in on that.
Yeah.
I understand that contributor is being a smart ass because my rugby knowledge isn't great. But what I will say about the hooking position is I thought our line-out looked good.
Our line-out was fantastic. I think we won every single one of our throws and we pinched a few of theirs. I think that was a standout. I think
what's the Argentinian ground that's got like a moat that goes right around it?
That's one in Mendoza, but this one had a moat too. But the moat was so far away from the ground you couldn't see it.
You're right.
So
did you see that video that the ACC we posted over the weekend?
Oh, the football
of the football celebration of the guy just jumping the hoardings and then just falling 10 meters into a moat.
Yes, he went to jump to celebrate with his fans, and he jumped the fence, then jumped the next one and went, oh shit, and just went straight into the moat.
Fucking insane, eh? Did that one have water in it? I hope it did. It didn't have water in it. Oh, fucking hell. The ground shock that guy would have suffered. But then he was just stuck down there. But yeah, I feel like we might be at risk. I suppose rugby players don't celebrate tries like football players do.
Hey, in baseball news, I was watching the Dodgers beat the Dirty Padres yesterday. And
are they known as the Dirty Padres? Or
yeah, okay. They are. Well, to
is it a sexual thing or is that like the way
well, this was sexual. And I wish I could remember who was at bat because I was actually making something in the kitchen at the time.
Mm.
But he said...
You went frying salmon, were you?
And he takes it in the dirt.
Oh.
And then there was some silence. And so the pitch, the pitch was in the dirt.
Oh, so
it didn't make,
the catcher caught it in the dirt.
No, it doesn't really make sense because no one took it. Yeah, so it's like it hit the dirt. So it hit the ground.
Yes.
And bounced past him. It's like it dropped too soon, right?
Yeah.
But it was just... I just think you've got to be careful when you're in a mainstream broadcast to not leave that gap.
Yeah.
And you can't notice that you've made the mistake because then the gap makes it.
Yeah, because if someone said to you...
He took that in the dirt and...
Yeah, I think I had a similar situation on Sunday because we were talking about the beaver spot, weren't we?
Yeah, we were.
And about a tribute to Stephen Donald there should be a spot shaved into... every ground in New Zealand where the beaver spot is, and you can take every conversion just gets taken from the beaver spot.
Landing strip, however you want to do it.
And then how can we honour other players? And then Jerry Collins was, the spot where he dropped his knee and did a wee. And I said, and I didn't even think about it, maybe that patch can just be like a dead piece of grass. And then I was like, and I stopped because I immediately thought, no, it's not because he's dead. It's because
when dogs urine,
that kills the grass.
No, you said that spot should be completely dead.
Oh.
Yeah, I missed that.
Yeah, and I knew that there was some people would have seen that as, well, because he's dead. And I was like, no, but I kind of left the silence long enough.
That made it seem like you'd made a very cruel joke.
Correct.
But really you were just second-guessing yourself.
Yeah.
And most people wouldn't have made that connection if you just kept going through. Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah, and it also...
If that means anything to you, I didn't make
you
that
didn't,
connection.
but I looked over at Joe and Joe went...
And it's also like... it's also convicting yourself.
I know.
Because you've made the connection.
Yeah.
So you're a bad person.
Yeah, correct. I immediately went, people are going to think it's because he's dead.
It's all good. I didn't put it up on social media, so we didn't get cancelled.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, that's good.
That's good. Phew.
That's good.
The Outrage Brigade didn't get hold of it. Good. Next one. Yours, please.
G'day fellas, Pierre Nixon here, sunny Gold Coast.
Oh, g'day.
Hey, this one's for the notorious puntsman Joel Harrison. Mate, last time I saw you, we were sat together in the Warriors supporters zone at Suncorp Stadium for Magic Round, and we noticed that Mike McRoberts was about to lead the Pukana cam, and Joel, who'd probably had about 15 beers, dove 4 rows forward face first, smashed himself on the ground, and managed to get up and get a picture with Mike McRoberts. Mate, how is the face? See you, mate.
Yeah, no, that right there is just a quintessential notorious puntsman Joel Harrison story. Just the lengths he will go to for a photo with a semi-famous person. And there's no disrespect to Mike McRoberts. I don't think anyone's really hunting out a photo these days with Mike McRoberts.
I think he knows Mike McRoberts, though. I've seen...
Yeah, cool, man. Even less reason why you should be diving across 4 rows of chairs.
And you mentioned the length he will go, but also the length he is as he's going to those lengths.
Because
there's quite a lot of celebrities that aren't that big. And then this giant sort of, what's the opposite of Temu?
Like a PlayStation 5. Or
like the Louis Vuitton Will Jordan.
Yeah.
Just comes at you at pace. About 7 foot of him.
With an iPhone on selfie mode.
We need to stick a GoPro. We need to stick a GoPro on his head and send him back off to Magic Round.
He's Brad Haddon's problem now.
Yeah, here's Brad Haddon's problem. And that that actually makes me feel a little bit better. Actually, because Brad Haddon's such a penis.
But Brad Haddon must feel like such an inferior beast, like tiny little penis-shaped man standing next to the beautiful pants man.
Yeah, that's true. So we've got one thing over.
Oh, that was a great talk back.
Okay, next one.
Thanks, mate.
Yours,
That was
please.
excellent.
I'm not one-eyed or anything, but, you take all the Crusaders players off by one and look what happens. Turns to shit.
Tell you what, though, it was a Chiefs player who scored the double to secure the game, so suck on that.
Sure was. And then it was a Crusaders player to score the. Actually, I'm not going to really.
And it was. I tell you what. I tell you one tackle that sticks out for me, and that is that I'm probably the one that sent Patrick Tuipulotu to hospital because he had to get a checkup for a concussion. But that try-saving tackle he did, when their line was getting hammered, was next level. But he won't be available the next game, unfortunately. But Wallace side titty's back. And so is Tamaiti Williams. The Mighty Williams is back for their second game, so that's going to be good.
Happy days, the excitement machine.
Yeah, but apparently Doggerel pulled off. They had
a
agreed amount of minutes to for Doggerel to play it, hence they pulled him off after 55 minutes. Because I thought that was unusual as a captain to get pulled off after 55 minutes.
They pulled him off?
Yeah. It's part of the treatment.
Weird time to pull him off.
Next one.
Just wait till the back at the hotel, wouldn't you?
Well, it's a set minutes. They said we're going to pull you off at 55, so you can't not pull him off.
So that's in the middle of the game.
You can't. If there's one thing I know, you can't tell a man that you're going to pull him off and then
not pull
right.
him off. And if you tell him a time, you can't leave him hanging.
Yeah. Right. Okay, fair enough. I've got it. Some of the technical sides of rugby union slip past me sometimes.
Next one, yours, please.
Yeah, g'day boys, German Winton Wounded here, just currently transiting through Johannesburg on my way home. Just another quick update for you, starting tomorrow. I want to be participating in the European Cricket Series as they are heading up to Kiel. I'm not going to be there tomorrow because I'm going to be flying, but I will be there on Tuesday. So keep an eye out for THCC, and I will be the obvious looking guy. We've got 3 of our championship winning team available for the week. That is why this cricket is normally so terrible.
Excellent. Well, that's the German Winton Wounded who went. He was the only Kiwi to go to Zimbabwe to watch the Black Caps play.
Yeah, and he went. And you worried he went missing, but I heard that yours plays where he said that the Zimbabweans are great New Zealanders and he had a fantastic time out with them.
Yeah, and he went on a safari. He's obviously still there. He's just going flying back through Joburg.
Was he a billionaire?
I'm growing quite jealous. I'm growing quite jealous.
Is he some kind of trust fund kid or something?
Well, he said he was a teacher in Germany.
Yeah, but he just kind of lets himself. He just lets the wind blow him around, doesn't he?
He's playing in the European Cricket League.
I'd love to live a life like that.
Oh,
yeah,
just a tumbleweed.
European cricket, one of the greatest leagues.
Every stop he makes a new home.
Yeah,
that's
Can't
right.
turn around for long. He's going again. Maybe tomorrow he'll want to settle down. Until then, Winston just keep moving on.
Yeah, well, Winton's his other options, so no wonder he's.
Yeah,
that's a good point, actually.
The Winton Wounder.
Cam from Christchurch.
G'day, Cam.
Hart Valley High, class 2008, 6'1", 81 kilos.
Ooh.
Oh,
half marathon PB, 1 hour 50.
Not bad.
That's
nice.
right, that.
Warriors game. Holy hecker. What a finish. Jeepers. That was a sphincter tightener. Could imagine G Lane standing there going, oh, good God. The curse. The curse. Doesn't mean it's broken, though.
No.
Anyway,
because...
Love yous.
Love yous.
Love you. It's not broken because you were too drunk to actually have been there. You weren't really there.
Yeah, I was going to say
because your mind wasn't there.
Is what this contributor doesn't realise is that G Lane was not standing there worried about the curse. The curse.
Yeah.
That was the last thing on his mind.
No.
He was just worried about another Export Ultra coming out of the fridge.
Yeah.
Getting delivered to him by a lovely man.
Yeah.
In the Go Media Stadium corporate box. The last thing on your mind was a curse. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, look, it did cross my mind because I got a couple of bits of abuse just out in the urinals. What the fuck are you doing here? So
actually, I can't, because every time you've committed the curse, you've been so drunk you're basically not there anyway.
Yeah,
so
I know. Well, look at Lords as a prime example. So many bottles of champagne deep that it didn't really matter where I was. But yeah, but then people are saying it has to be an away game for the team I'm supporting. And it's like everyone's just nickeling and diming. Everyone's convenient. It's a convenient excuse. But the Warriors won. I was there. I witnessed it. Can't recall it.
Neither, to be fair.
It's one of those ones that felt really good, but at the same time you felt like you'd been hurt during it.
Well, it's just...
Well, I was sober when I watched it.
It's just the fact we can't put away teams like that is frustrating.
Yeah.
That's what's frustrating.
So who we got next weekend? Do we know? I don't know. I should
got the Sea Eagles. I think we have Titans again.
Oh. a team that we should beat and we won't? Is that no? Sorry, that's not the fucking attitude, is it?
I think it's we've got the Titans, the Sea Eagles, and one other, I think, on our run home.
I'm doing a Q&A with Cameron George.
Are you?
On Thursday.
What's he like? Have you met him before?
Yeah, lovely chap.
Can you ask him
so if you've got any questions, ask him.
Yeah, has having two first names held you back?
Hey, that's a good question because I've got two first names.
Yeah.
I've found it very difficult in life as having two first names.
Really?
Yeah, because when I was about 15, some kids just used to come up to me and say, "What's your last name, Heath?" Like no one in my entire school knew that my name was
Matt.
Matt.
Oh,
it's called you Heath.
Yeah, I've been called Heath for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sometimes call you Heath now you mentioned that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean,
what's your last name, Heath? It's like, Heath? Yeah. What's
There's
your last name,
There's
Heath?
a few people called Lane, but they spell it Laine.
well, the weird part of your name is that it's just one letter, your first name.
Yeah, G.
G.
I was talking to someone about why you were called Grot Lane at the referee awards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a friend of yours from St Paul's.
Oh, yeah.
He said it was because you got decent runs on the first game of a season and then you didn't change your undies for the rest of the season.
See, like, these urban myths was because, like, you know when you're at school and there's, like, things just get passed on from year to year?
Yeah, it's the Titans.
Yeah. It's passed on from year to year. Nice. And that's dangerously inaccurate because I never scored any runs.
That was the bit of the story that I didn't believe.
Yeah, so it's like, no, so that's incorrect.
And I think that's all the talkbacks. Thank you for those. Keep them coming through. And we'll answer a few more of those later in the week, no doubt. Well, tomorrow. Yeah. Every day, don't we?
Thanks for coming in, Matt. You anything planned for this afternoon on 80-10-80?
I've got to go and look that up, actually. I'll probably be talking about having the #1 best-selling audiobook in the country. Probably bring that up with Life Less Punishing. Maybe that'll be a cooler topic.
First hour or so?
Yeah, first hour.
Why don't you just read the book for 4 hours?
Well, then people won't pay for the audiobook.
No, but they'll want to hear more, though. You won't get through it in 4 hours.
Actually, that's true. It took me about 25 hours to record it.
So if you want to hear more, download the book.
I was thinking about, there was something I was thinking about talking about. It was quite good, actually.
Yeah, what was happening over the weekends? I don't focus
news?
enough on the news cycle anymore. I'm more sports news cycle focused. Anything happening?
Oh, yeah.
What's Seymour up to?
David Seymour, this is what I want to talk about. He's sought advice for getting bicycle helmets ditched.
Oh, yeah. Keen! Oh, I'm actually keen on that.
Because there's the theory that it's caused, because biking numbers, for all you punishing bike lanes, people aren't biking anywhere near the numbers that they did in the 90s when they brought the helmet in. No, basically. Once the bike helmet came in, basically no one's ridden a bike ever since.
Yeah, because you go to Amsterdam, and people wear helmets who want to wear helmets.
Yeah.
And people who don't.
Yeah.
But there's that
let those who ride decide.
Yeah.
But there's that Theo Von joke, I think. Oh, it's not even really a joke. He just says that you should never see your father in a bike helmet. And I think that that's a fair and true and honest theory. I don't think you should. And I think it's a bad precedent to set as a nation that you have to wear a bike helmet.
Yeah, Tracy and I the other day, we were down at, Millbrook, and we were riding around on e-bikes. Yeah. And then she looked over me in the bike helmet at one point, and I just thought, just that look in her face was like, is that really what I'm...
Yeah.
Really what I've ended up with?
Yeah. That's not sexy.
Yeah.
It's not. And there's no offense to you.
Need to
but oddly, I was looking at her and going, you look good. So girls can look quite good in a bike helmet. But
it's like the steady the ship hats.
Very similar to the steady the ship
hats. Girls put on this, the hair out the side, and you're like, fuck, it looks so much better on you than it does on my pinhead.
But having said that, I've got a bike that you gifted me so generously this time last year.
Oh yeah, how's it go?
Yeah, real good. And I only ever ride it to the petrol station, and not to get petrol because that's obviously the bike.
Get papers.
Yep. And to the supermarket, and I don't wear a helmet then. But there's always, police don't pull you over for not wearing a helmet, do they?
This happened to me once in my rebellious youth. I was riding to the bottle store when I was at uni in Dunedin. I was riding down George Street with no helmet on, and this copper pulled up beside me and honked and made that noise. It's not a honk, it's sort of it's this weird thing, and said, "Where's your helmet?" And I said, "Let those who ride decide," which was that thing I just yelled before. I gave him the bird and tried to gun it.
Yeah,
and so I went down this
cycle a cop car,
and then I jumped out, ran through this bottle store, abandoned my bike on one side because it was just the shitter. I was drunk as fuck. It was just this shitter that I'd basically found on the street out the front of our flat. I ran through, and when I came out the other side of the bottle store, they'd gone round the patrol car either side of me, and then they jumped out and they went fucking had me up against the wall for disrespecting a cop.
Yeah, right.
And they said, "You're getting a fine for this," and then I went, "Doesn't matter. I'm a multi-millionaire. Whatever fine you give me will be nothing.
Oh my God!
And so they cuffed me.
They
Put me in the back of the bloody car.
You're lucky they didn't beat the fucking living shit out of you.
Yeah, well, one of them went to school with me, so.
Okay. Again, lucky you didn't beat the shit out of you.
You're 38 at the time.
Can't believe you did that on an ACC tour. Okay. Thanks for joining us, Matt. Good luck up there with the helmet chat. I'm sure it's going to create all sorts of ructions up there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right.
Love yous.
You've been listening to the ACC's Agenda podcast, brought to you by Export Ultra. For more episodes, like and follow on iHeartradio or wherever you get your podcasts.